Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are breaking down Apex, the brand new Netflix movie starring Charlize Theron and Taron Egerton. This film just landed on the platform and the ending has a lot of people talking. We are going to walk through the complete story, explain what the finale really means emotionally, and answer whether a sequel could happen. This video contains full story details, so if you have not watched yet, save this for later. For everyone else, let's jump right in. Everything in this film begins with one defining moment in Sasha's past. The movie opens in Norway. Sasha is an experienced and passionate mountain climber. She has dedicated her life to scaling difficult peaks alongside her husband Tommy. These two share a deep bond built around exploration and pushing personal limits. But on this particular climb, something shifts. Tommy quietly admits to Sasha that he is growing tired of this lifestyle. He wants something calmer, something safer. Their conversation turns into a disagreement because Sasha is not ready to let go of the life they built together. Then the weather changes suddenly. Conditions on the mountain become extremely dangerous. Tommy loses his grip and Sasha is unable to hold on. She survives. Tommy does not. That moment stays with Sasha forever. She carries the weight of that day into everything she does going forward. It is not a story about blame. It is a story about a person learning to forgive herself. Several months pass. Sasha decides to travel to Australia. She is carrying a compass that belonged to Tommy, something he treasured deeply, and her plan is to reach a remote and beautiful location called Grand Isle Narrows inside Wandara National Park. She wants to release the compass there as a personal farewell, a way to finally say goodbye and begin healing. It is a quiet and meaningful mission. She is not looking for excitement this time. She simply wants peace. At a rest stop along the way, she briefly meets a local man named Ben. He seems relaxed and helpful. He knows the trails and suggests a route for her journey. She politely turns down his offer to join her and continues on alone. What she does not know is that this chance meeting was not random at all. Once Sasha is deep inside the wilderness, Ben reappears, and the friendly, easygoing personality she saw earlier is completely gone. Ben is someone who deliberately targets people who venture alone into this region. He removes their supplies and equipment while they rest, cuts off any easy way back, and then uses the landscape as his personal hunting ground. He has been operating this way for a long time without being caught. The disappearances that locals and rangers have noticed in Wandara National Park over the years, Ben is responsible for all of them. He presents himself as someone with a personal philosophy about nature and survival. He speaks about the relationship between predator and prey with a calm and unsettling confidence. But his words are simply a way of making something harmful sound meaningful. Underneath the surface, he is a dangerous individual who targets vulnerable people. From this point, the film becomes a tense and physical survival story. Sasha draws on every skill she has developed as a climber and outdoors person. She swims through rivers, moves through difficult terrain, and looks for any opportunity to gain the upper hand. Ben has the advantage of knowing this environment extremely well. But Sasha is resilient, resourceful, and refuses to give up. There is a point where Ben gains the upper hand and leads Sasha to a remote shelter where she comes face to face with the full reality of what he has done over the years. It is a deeply sobering moment that removes any uncertainty about the kind of person she is dealing with. She manages to break free, but both characters come out of the struggle with significant injuries. Ben in particular develops a serious physical problem with one of his legs that begins to affect his movement and energy levels. This is where the story delivers its most powerful and emotionally resonant sequence. Sasha recognizes that Ben's injury is serious enough that without outside help he will not recover. She uses this knowledge carefully. She leads him toward a cliff face and explains that the only realistic path to safety for both of them requires climbing. She frames it as the only logical option. Ben, despite his condition, cannot bring himself to appear weak or dependent. His entire identity is built around being dominant and in control. So he agrees. They climb together, connected by a rope. And near the very top, Sasha releases the rope. The significance of this moment is enormous. Earlier in the film, the rope slipping on that Norwegian mountain wall was the moment that shattered her world. It became a source of deep personal pain and regret that she has carried ever since. Now, on this cliff, she makes the same physical action, but this time it is deliberate. It is not an accident. It is not a failure. It is a choice made from a place of clarity and strength. Ben falls, Sasha reaches the summit. Sasha makes her way back to safety. She finds the park ranger who had warned her at the beginning of the film, and she reports everything she knows. The long-standing questions about missing visitors in Wandara National Park finally have answers. Then she travels to the coast and gently releases Tommy's compass into the ocean. This is her true goodbye. The peaceful ceremony she originally planned turned into something far more difficult and far more meaningful. She arrived in Australia hoping to find a quiet moment of closure. What she found instead was a situation that forced her to confront her own pain directly. The compass entering the water represents release. Not forgetting Tommy, not pretending the loss did not happen, simply choosing to carry it differently from now on. She is no longer frozen by what happened on that mountain. She has moved through it. Netflix has not made any official announcement about a follow-up. The film concludes in a satisfying and complete way with no additional scene at the end. However, the story does end with Sasha as a changed and empowered person, and the world the film introduces has space for further stories if the audience response is strong enough. And that is the full breakdown of Apex on Netflix. At its heart, this is a film about grief, personal strength, and the journey from feeling defined by your worst moment to being liberated from it. Charlize Theron gives a committed and grounded performance, and the Australian landscape makes for a genuinely striking backdrop throughout. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the film. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give the video a like and subscribe for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.